Civil Media.
Good afternoon and thank you all, especially Civil for inviting us, big smaller parties and organizing a conference that I'm hoping will give fruit and will create a comprehensive analysis of everything we say so that we come up with conclusions, with goals and then fulfillment of everything we say here. And I would like to thank you for inviting us to make a presentation before the foreign audience also. I'm hoping that Germany's ambassador will be able to identify all the points presented here. Civil presented several themes here, but we are all speaking mostly about the election model that we are practicing now and the one to follow. To my mind, fundamental specificity of the integration of a person in society is connecting the person to the community and the organization and functioning of the state. In other words, the key characteristic of every human community is what is making the person complex in their relationship to themselves and those aspects they are not controlling. And currently we are speaking about a model that we are not controlling. They exist as more or less integrated elements, aspects that we are applying and we could not function without them. But in this context, all these complex movements of spontaneous reproduction of social life in the Republic of North Macedonia thus far are giving us another element of motivation for social action and a principle of conscious regulation of social relations that currently exist in the society. The election model is probably asking all of us a question. Why are we so late with this kind of discussion, debate and in the end implementation? Election cycles and models since the independence in the Republic of North Macedonia vary. We know from the majority and proportional mixed one to this proportional one with 6 election districts, and we can conclude that both have made enormous contribution to our situation where we are now. Over the past years, we could not work without one nor the other. Did the time come to change the election model? Probably yes. But we know that both have served their purpose and they made their contribution to where we are now. I will now speak about the segmentation for smaller political parties. We all agreed, representatives of smaller parties, that we will shoot ourselves at the moment if we keep using this election model with 6 polling districts. Why am I saying this? The competition, the game started, the referee is here, and we have 3 players less, speaking in football jargon. This is how the situation is now for the smaller political parties. The new Social Democratic Party will advocate the notion that the election model or reform is an urgent procedure, and the proportional model with 1 polling district and with closed lists would be best for smaller parties. It would probably feature no threshold or a threshold between 1.5 to 2% voters registered in the list, which means that the weight, I believe it was Lilia Popovska who said 20, 30 or 40,000 votes will be in 1 voting district of the Republic of North Macedonia, and this would mean 3 to 4 MPs. And I sincerely regret the fact that part of Omerodopamana and Dui are not present here so that they could hear a bit of constructive exchange of views. So in this context, all smaller political parties would fight for every vote given as if it were their last. And why? Since this is where we could see the strength of everyone. We are asking for it, and let's not be afraid if we are given it. We will all see what our weight is in this small republic, unfortunately small republic, and no party. We will win the votes, and we are hoping that the MP seats in the eyes of the bigger parties will be valued. And we will not say for anyone that they are a satellite, the so-called satellite, or just a wagon to the railway engine of bigger parties. If the parliament should have 120 MPs, we should have 10 dozen, although that is another issue of how many MPs should there be in the parliament. In every society with class division, as ours unfortunately is, and is stratified, in the development of the awareness, it is very important for the process we are championing as the NSDP. The individual political parties and groups should understand this as soon as possible, because this is when we will become aware of our belonging, our affiliation to broader societal goals, the people, the voters. It seems that we are now speaking in tongues from the perspective of some behind-the-scene agenda, but when we sit down with the citizens, somehow we don't know, or we do know the way, we are not applying it. Change of election regulations and reforms is not playing games. This is not a children's toy. We should really involve many experts, professors, people from the academia, and knowledge of election processes and reforms. And why am I saying this? I believe it was Milevsky who said that, the minister, that in America they voted without an ID card, without the documents. I would like to live in America and vote like that. I'm hoping that this will come here, but we are very far from it all. And we should be realistic and see how the election model would be applied on the basis of current number of citizens in the country and the functionality of the election model by that token. So I'm hoping that these types of debates and communications between us, the smaller ones, will contribute to finding the best solution on the way forward in implementing election reforms. I'm hoping that I did not take too much time. Let's try and have many such debates that will be practiced, implemented with a shared purpose to make the state more functional, more efficient, and in the end more accessible for all citizens of the country. Thank you.
Civil Media